In het vooruitzicht van mijn afstand van de troon wil ik mij graag tot u richten. Ten tijde van een schimmelinfectie zijn spetterpoep en een stinkmoeds ongewenst, maar onvermijdelijk. Spetterpoep, poep, poep. Een schimmelinfectie ongewenst, spetterpoep, poep, poep. Een schimmelinfectie ongewenst, spetterpoep, poep, poep. Een schimmelinfectie ongewenst, spetterpoep, poep, poep.
OverWhored. So, well, now you learned all the words Madge knows in Dutch.
Wow.
Yes,
that was so funny.
Those are all my favorite words.
Yeah, I can imagine. Those are great. I love saying those as well.
I have a friend that's learning Dutch, and I'm like explaining him. I taught him as spetterpoep, couture, stinkdose. I say, you can make up. You can make up.
Yeah, you can make
words.
up. Yeah, you can make them up any way you like. Right. Yeah, just one thing I don't recommend is something Dutch people love to do is they love to turn diseases into swear words. And,
I was just talking with my friend Mark about that the other day. He said there's a movement against that, so you can't call people a conquer whore or a tearing liar anymore, right?
No, you can't. No, like people are already like swearing with COVID, of course. Like this very typical Dutch thing to do. But yeah, I would suggest skip those maybe because you might offend some people.
When you're a tourist, don't call people those things.
But
except when you're really angry, you get away with it.
My favorite one, made up one, is soepkut. I always thought that was a very descriptive. Soepkut.
Right?
Soepkut. It can come in handy when you've been around the block as long as I have. I'm an old woman, Anyway, we should introduce you on the show. My name is Madge Weinstein, and I have my lovely co-host, as usual, Fashion Slurry. And Fashion, would you like to introduce our amazing guest host? I mean, guest. I haven't woke up yet. I'm sorry. Just please do it.
Yes, and I absolutely want to introduce our guest because she was my favorite on Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
I many times how I loved her brilliant looks. Her snatch game was off the rails.
True.
Here she is, Chelsea Boy.
Yay.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
We're good. Thank you so much for coming on our show. We appreciate it a lot.
Vroom, vroom, bitches.
Exactly.
You got a catchphrase. I love that. Do they tell you to get catchphrases, or does that just happen organically?
That kind of happened organically. I think I was like, it's Drag Race, and I don't think anyone has ever made a reference towards an actual drag race while walking into the show. So I thought, why not do that? And it's like very Fast and the Furious, but it's also a little bit campy and just with a wink. You know?
I get it.
And you cut up your own motor suit, right? That's something they don't know really in the US because they can drive around in their denim, and you can technically do that in Netherlands as well. But most of the bikers wear actual leather suits.
Right.
Yes. That's right. Don't. And I actually cut up not just one motor suit, but I cut up two.
Wow.
Because
those are fucking expensive. I know.
Yeah, they were really expensive. They were vintage, so that was a sacrifice I made. But I think the result was there, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah, definitely. You looked amazing. You looked amazing in the intro, and you looked amazing in your I can gush and gush over all your looks because I really, really, really love them all.
But on top of your amazing looks, which are so creative, you're also one of the fishiest queens there. You and Jackie, to me, were the prettiest in terms of like looking like, I don't know the politically correct language now that you can't talk about, diseases and everything, but I'd say you two looked the most actually like women to me. Like you
oh,
did.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard that once before in my life. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no,
you are
well,
very pretty.
never.
And I'm a lesbian. As a lesbian, I'm a pretty good judge of female beauty. Well, most of the time. Except when it's dark.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm kind of surprised that you never heard that, because when which look was it? Oh, maybe for the mini challenges and the maxi challenges. Damn, you were fishy.
Right.
So,
right.
Those, yeah, and
So
you have
beautiful.
to know that we got so little time to get ready for those challenges. Like it's like the mini challenge, of course, are quick drag, but then the maxi challenge, you don't get a lot of time, so you literally throw on a lash, throw on some chapstick, and you put on a heel, and you just hope for the best.
Okay, maybe for save the date, you weren't that fishy.
No, there I really wanted to. They asked for a seductive persona character, so I thought, why not do the exact opposite? So I chose to do my lovely, sweet drag mom here from Amsterdam, and yeah, and I really love doing it.
Right?
What's her name?
Norella, yes.
Yeah, Snorella.
It translates to Mustachella WC.
What?
And yeah, she's a drag queen with the mustache. She's an icon in Amsterdam, and I wanted to at least have this one moment on the show where I honor her, and hopefully she could see it as a tribute. And we watched the episode together, and she burst out laughing. And so, yeah, I achieved my goal there.
Oh, that's very cool. I didn't know that. And you have a drag daughter too. It says on my wiki, Secret Celine.
Yes, it's kind of unclear who we're fighting over motherhood there, but I think she has a shared lesbian mother. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, we're actually one drag family, and we got another sister/daughter who lives in Bangkok at the moment, Azula, who's an awesome entertainer. She's really fierce on stage, and yeah, we love her so much, and we really miss her. And the three of us are here in Amsterdam. We live together, and it's just one crazy bunch of drag queens in one house. You can kind of figure out the rest.
A lot of wigs flying around, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Talking about flying wigs on your.
Oh dear.
You didn't
already?
go there. You did not.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but now
that's a good bridge.
Yeah, right. So, Tim, what went through you when that happened? Because that's kind of drag race suicide when you lose your wig, unless there's another wig underneath it. Was it like, no?
Absolutely. And I think Envy commented on the fact like, oh, I don't see another wig underneath. Why would you take that wig off? And I think from the back of the stage, she didn't realize that it actually came loose, and it just like, it was hanging on one bobby pin. It was like, that was the only option to just like throw it off, or else it would just stay hanging there. Yeah. So yeah, it had to go off. The way that went was, of course, the wig is quite top heavy. It's a very tall wig. And I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. Once they put on the music, the music kind of got stuck in the first sentence, and the music got, like the track got stuck, and there was this like crazy epileptic moment in the music.
You mean they were like playing a CD instead of an MP3? Is that like that kind of stuck? Like
like that kind of stuck.
Oh my god!
And so it was this repetitive sounds, like very fast. And I decided, as a performer, I am on stage. When that happens, you just the show must go on. You improvise. Sure. So it started like shaking my whole body around. And what I didn't realize that probably at that moment my wig came loose, and then when they started the second time, the minute it started, I felt it like slowly coming loose, and it was just it was a mess.
Is that also why you maybe forgot your first line in the song?
Yeah, I think that really threw me off, because I was super focused. I was like, I meditated before I practiced my lines. I knew my lines, but it just threw me off a little bit. And I'm not going to make up any more excuses. I think that's enough. But I think Janie won fair and square that lip sync. So
that was 9 to 5, right?
This was my time to go. Yeah.
I was so heartbroken, though, that you both were in the bottom, because damn. Especially in your case, I just don't understand. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that you never won any, not a big a maxi challenge or anything, but your looks were so good.
Amazing. I really thought, I thought your runway was fantastic, but obviously I'm not a professional, but as just a layperson, I thought those looks looked great together. And especially what really bothered me with the Snatch Game, like I've never in the whole drag, and I've seen every drag race. I have a bad memory, but I've seen every drag race, and I cannot recall a single episode of where the person who won the Snatch Game did not win the episode. And that was crazy. And that whole thing with the bias against the genders thing, what you did with the gender, to me was totally clear. Maybe because I deal, I know a lot of people that are non-binary. I talk about it a lot on my show. But how they could be so ignorant of what you're expressing and say, oh, well, we can't, if you have to tell us, then that's no good. No, you've obviously never been to a fucking museum then. Because no, that's not how it works. You have to interpret it. Some of it is up to the viewer. You don't. Art is not just about getting spoon-fed something really obvious. It's not all Andy Warhol. You know what I mean? Like this is conceptual art, and I don't understand why you're judging a show like Drag Race where people are progressive and doing cutting-edge stuff if you can't understand that. It really upset me, both you and Mama Queen, how they treated you.
Yeah, I understand. I think the thing is obviously, drag is art and people look at it with a different eye, with a different view. Would it have been nice to be understood, where I had like a concept that for me, you could really interpret it in like 20 different ways. And I think Mama said as well, maybe the episode before, like, it doesn't really matter to me how you interpret it because, art can tell different stories to different people. And that's the beauty of it. But if you could at least get one interpretation of it, of those 20 things that I can come up with, then that would have been really nice. But, they look at it with their eye and their vision and their standard of beauty. And that's just it. I mean, I did feel a little misunderstood at that moment. Of course, it sucked that I didn't win Snatch Game. About the whole gender conversation, it really sparked a conversation in the community, which is really good. And I think if that didn't happen the way it happened, that conversation wouldn't have been there. And I think through that, a lot of people got educated. And the judge was miseducated beforehand, and I think definitely lessons were learned. They realized the mistakes that were made, and this way we can only do better in the future.
Would you have done it?
Some maybe it had to do with production or whatever, and cutting the scenes and whatever. But what bothered me most, of course, maybe you don't know everything about how the world is evolving or whatever. That's fine, and that somebody needs to explain something. I don't care about either because I don't know everything. And but
you do.
What really bothered me, was the dismissiveness after the explanation.
Yeah, especially that guy.
Like, okay, let me explain, and you explain it, and then it's like, well, okay, I didn't get that. Well, I just explained to you. It's fine if you don't get it.
Yeah,
I agree on that one.
It's really a shame. I hope the judges learn from it because overall, I thought this show was very successful. I was a fan of the judges. You're always going to have issues with judges because they're judging, but I was really happy overall with the judging. Certainly with Fred's hosting and that episode. It kind of changed my opinion, but I don't feel like it ruins the show for me. But are you non-binary? Do you refer to yourself as non-binary? Is that how you label yourself in life, or is that just part of your character?
It's a good question. It's actually how, since that episode, I have been referred to by so many people as non-binary, where I don't necessarily identify myself that way. I've always been fluid, I think, from a young age of like, gone forth and back. Like, basically the way I dress is based on the way I feel and the way I wake up, get out of bed, and like, oh, let me put on a leather jacket because I feel like a bad bitch today. And other days, like, oh, I feel very soft energy, so I put on more like flowy, soft clothes.
Yes.
And never really considered gender in those moments. So I think I've always been kind of fluid. I don't necessarily identify as non-binary. I don't mind you referring to me as male or as female or as non-binary. So he, she, they, all pronouns work for me. And yeah, if you would ask me how I would define my own gender, I would say gender hybrid. I like to.
Oh, interesting. That's why the XY, because XY is.
Yeah,
like,
I like to rise above and beyond gender and just be like gender free.
Huh. Is gender fluid the same thing as non-binary?
I think it's similar. I think non-binary is really like not conforming to the binary standard of a male and female.
Right.
And I think fluid is going, moving from left to right on the spectrum of male and female energy.
It sounds like
that's my interpretation.
It sounds like you really don't really need the label, that you prefer not having one because you've grown up with it being such second nature to be gender fluid, for lack of a better word, that you just, it sounds like the labeling is a bit hard for you, right?
It is. It kind of like when these new gender, these gender labels came along, I kind of got confused for no reason because it was like, oh, so now I need to figure out on what of those terms, describe me as a person and my gender experience.
Yeah. So you have to know which letter you are. And like,
and I think I don't really. I don't really like to abide to those, I just like to move freely from those. So that's where I stand, basically.
Very interesting.
I do think that recently in the Netherlands you can, on your passport at least, be recorded as non-binary, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think
yes.
Recently something
correct.
like that. Yeah, right?
That's great.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, we've talked, because Madge is from the US and I'm not, we've talked about the differences between how open-minded the Netherlands seems to be. And I want to say seems because sometimes it's like,
Right.
Anyhow. So I like that we are, in some cases, progressive like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was also the goal of the show to get Mama Queen and me on there so we could share our story and the way we look at art and drag and gender. That was their initial goal, and I think their idea here was in this episode that we're gonna have maybe you won't be understood, but then we're gonna have you explain it in the confessionals and have you talk about it and educate and teach people. And I think that's the way they wanted to go about it. Unfortunately.
And Madam
it's been a hot topic right now because there's another series, a Dutch series, where there's a non-binary actor in that as well. Actor.
And Madam Madness. Sorry.
Which series? Spangas? I think it was Spangas.
Oh, all right. Cool. I didn't know that.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And Madam Madness was sort of non-binary too, right? With her beard. I don't know what she called herself, but
I don't think she identifies as non-binary,
really?
But the way she expresses, absolutely. She also she just also has a big middle finger to gender. Absolutely.
I mean, it seems like that's the way things are going, that we soon, at some point, we just don't need these labels anymore, I guess.
Well, I remember when I was like 10 and my boobs kind of started and immediately stopped, but I was crying my eyes out. I was like, ah.
Why?
Not that I'm not non-binary or anything, but I was a tomboy and I didn't like the girly stuff. Now I do, but it's rough as it is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these labels do help for people to discover themselves and to be like, so that's where I can see myself, and now my gender experience or my sexuality, it makes sense because I know, I hear about it, I see other people that identify as such, and it kind of makes me feel like I belong, to myself. Basically, I think that's the bottom line there. Like, it helps you figure out your own identity, and I think that gives people a lot of strength and courage to express themselves better, because they're like, oh, I am this. I can, express myself this way, and then I feel safe because I'm not the only person who expresses this way.
Or not having to conform to being a man or a woman, like
absolutely,
and all the horrible baggage attached to those things. Each one of those.
Yeah,
I think for me that's the big issue, because when I was growing up, I always thought, if I'm a man, which I, obviously turned out otherwise, but if I'm a man, I have to go to war, because this was during the Vietnam War. You have to go to war and die. And at that time, I wanted to be a woman, because I thought, why would anybody want to be a man? You go to war and you die for your stupid country. If you're a woman, you just stay home and do laundry and watch soap operas. This is a no-brainer.
That's a whole different time.
Right. Very different.
And a different country.
Very drastic difference in time. Yeah.
So do you consider yourself, staying on the issue of labeling professionally, or do you consider yourself an artist more than a drag queen? I mean, I know you're obviously labeled as a drag queen for this show, but where do you see yourself going? Because you're obviously an artist, as I see you, but I'm wondering, like, how do you see yourself, like, maybe professionally or artistically?
Oh, that's a nice question. Thank you. I think, first of all, I think that's a compliment to call me an artist. And at the same time, I call myself an artist as well, because I do believe I'm an artist. Also, because it's more of an umbrella term for every other label that you can find, in the whole drag world. I get referred to as a club kid, as a drag king at times, cosplay, drag queen, alien, whatever you want to call it, that's all fine to me. Whatever I can give you that you see in me. You called me very femme in the episodes earlier, so if that makes you see the fabulous drag queen in me that you can see in yourself, therefore, then I achieved my goal, then I'm happy. So I think I'm not super bothered with, putting myself in that box of a drag queen or a club kid or whatever. I think artist is a good term, to express what I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you're very conceptual. So artist is, if we're talking labels, is the most logical label to me anyway.
Do you have a background in art? I mean, how did you learn to do what you do? Because you're obviously very skilled. How did you learn it?
Thank you so much. I did try to go to a get an education twice. I did photography in the Art Academy, and I did fashion branding in fashion school. Both didn't really turn out because I turned out not to be as much of a student. So basically, everything I do nowadays, I taught myself by looking at others, by keeping my heart open, being curious, asking around, looking at how other people are doing it. And I come from quite a creative family. My grandfather, he's an illustrator, and he makes the most beautiful illustrations.
Anyone we could know?
Sorry?
Anyone we could know?
His name is Lambert de Haas. I don't know if you know him, but yeah, he's very underestimated artist in my opinion. And then my grandfather from my dad's side, from the other side, who I never knew personally, he was a drummer and an artist, and he loved making music. So and basically, this whole a fascination for art and what in every field basically went through to both my parents and then to me.
Yeah, well, you referred to starting your education and then quitting, but it's a fine line when you're doing, because I did Art Academy as well. It's kind of a fine line if you're an artist to go to school to get educated in it, sort of. Although I did learn tons of stuff, especially in marketing and those kind of things you might not necessarily think of, because you're an artist or you're not. You have a gift or you don't. what I learned, what I took from school most was the marketing part or whatever, to not necessarily elevate what I was doing, which helped a little, but yeah.
Yeah, and the thing for me in Art Academy, what was interesting is that I had this fascination for American culture, for pop culture, mass consumption, all of these things from a young age. I was very inspired by Andy Warhol, photographers like David LaChapelle. On the Art Academy, they kind of have these, these styles of art that they particularly appreciate and others that they don't. So they kind of judge you based on that, which is, kind of biased in that way.
Which one did you go to?
I went to the St. Joost in Breda.
Oh, yeah.
They think that my work was too superficial and it was too like bright, happy colors. They wanted to see more documentary journalism stuff, and I just wanted to create these like fabulous, out of this world images and visuals, and they weren't really ready, I guess, and maybe just the school didn't fit my needs.
Yeah, I kind of recognize that, but I chose between St. Joost and Willem de Koning. I went to Willem de Koning because they had advertising, and I thought, if you're an artist, you're an artist. But advertising, you would learn a little more than just be an artist. So I made a choice in that department, but we definitely had subjects where I didn't fit what the teacher was wanted to see. So that's really
right. Well, I always think when you're fighting with the teachers, when you're disagreeing with them in how they're teaching and what they're teaching, then that's when you're really learning. I had the same experience. I went to business school, but it was the same thing for me because they would teach these horrible concepts like alienation is good because it promotes bureaucracy. And I'd be like, well, aren't you going to teach ethics? I think in some ways the best education is when you're critical of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's true. The difficult part with art is that, it's super subjective and everybody looks at the world with their own glasses. So to judge that, they come up with competencies, but then still, how do these competencies match your taste? You can still go in with your taste, and that's what makes it hard. And my line of work, my line of art didn't get any appreciation at all. And I still, if I look back at that work, I still think it's good work. It turned out that, maybe I was in the wrong field, and now I'm a performer and I'm a visual artist using myself as my canvas. And this, I think, really grew a lot throughout the years, and I found the form that fits me best. And I think maybe at that time I was very young, I was very naive. And I was just in the wrong environment.
I bet that stuff, whatever it was amazing, and they probably just have no idea. Sometimes when you come up with new forms of music, especially like if you look at like Philip Glass, when that stuff came out, like the minimalist music, people hated it. I mean, I hated it when I listened to it because it sounded so unfamiliar. And now you see it as soundtracks to movies. It's like some of it is like your perception has to adjust as a society. And I bet I haven't seen this other stuff that you've created, but I would imagine it's amazing, especially if the art teachers were bitching about the colors, I'd love to see it.
I have this kind of kid in a candy store syndrome where I go after like fun and happy shapes and colors, and they probably thought it was childish.
Well, we need that. We need that now. So we need that. Are your families from Amsterdam or somewhere else?
My family's from Helmond in the south.
Okay.
Just like it's a city on paper. People treat each other like they live more in a village. Like everybody knows each other, and this is a lot of good parts and a lot of bad parts for me. As the only gay in the village, it was.
You're the only gay in the village, like that show.
Oh yes, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, you're near Eindhoven. You're near Eindhoven.
2,000 people, and I was the only out of the closet LGBTQ person. So
it looks like Helmond is next to Eindhoven, right? So it's North
Yes,
Brabant?
correct. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I lived in Eindhoven for a short time.
All right.
Yeah, it was a trip.
I thought it's nice. It's very cultural. It's they have so many great events, and it's a nice city. It's very cool.
Yeah. Wow, that's really interesting. So you were the only gay. Did you experience like homophobia in there, or was it pretty, or were they pretty open-minded?
Oh no, absolutely. I experienced lots and lots of homophobia. This is all like more than 10 years ago. I really moved past it and I moved forward, and I learned, my strength, and I learned to carry myself in a different way. But yeah, at that time it was horrible. I got shit every day from everyone, and basically the only way for me to defend myself was, well, first I tried to defend myself with physical fights, and that really didn't turn out because, it's one against the rest. And then I tried to do it verbally with my mouth, and I'm not someone who's very witty, who was at the time very witty with my comebacks, and that wouldn't really work either. So the only way for me to kind of defend myself and to hold my grounds and to take up my space was by dressing precisely the way I like, and not conforming to what they think of the way I dress. So yeah, that was my way to be like, hey, this is me. I am here. I'm not going anywhere. And so fashion was really my savior at the time.
So what was your fashion in that first iteration of Chelsea Boy? I guess, like, how did you dress when you were being a nonconformist? Like, I'm imagining some goth looks, but I don't.
Are we talking about me in high school?
Yeah,
or
when you first started, doing.
Like I said earlier, like it would change from day to day, literally. Like one day I would be like a pirate, one day I would be, like this very soft and supple person, and it would change every day. But definitely I was with the glee club of the school. We had goths, emos, punks, and then there was me, like, with my crazy.
So how did like, that help the homophobia? Silhouette. How did that help protect you against the homophobia, though? Because it sounds like wouldn't that make you stand out even more? Like, or was it that it gave you a peer group because there were other people like that?
Yeah, it kind of, they were kind of my safe space. We found each other for strength because we were all basically in the same position, and together we felt a little bit stronger than us just being alone. At the time we all were in a position where we if we were alone, we would get shit. And then if we were together, we would still get shit, but, we'd be able to, like, protect each other and be there for each other. So
interesting. That's for me. I was, of course, the same, but I used drugs. I used drugs to get a peer group. You used fashion. Sounds like a much healthier idea. Maybe I'd actually...
Right, yeah. And I must say, like, after high school, it got so much better when I went to the art academy. Yeah. I kind of had to get used to the fact that if I would look around, like I didn't get that, like, hateful attention that I would get in high school, and people would actually be minding their own business. And I was a little, like, shocked at first, like, hello, is nobody giving me shit here? Right. What is this? Like, I had to get used to, like, oh, I can just, like, focus on myself and on my work and on my school without having to worry about people looking my direction, calling me names and whatever, so I can do my work more focused. So I got so much freedom at the time. And then I went to Amsterdam. I found my group of people that I really belonged to. And it all got so much better, honestly.
What neighborhood do you live in Amsterdam? I'm just curious. Like where?
In the Barsjes in West.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. Very cute little neighborhood.
I see. Wow, that's really interesting.
Where are you from, Matt?
I live in Chicago now, but Chicago's my home. I always come back here, but I try to leave. I did live in the Netherlands for almost 2 years, and I established myself there. I got a job. I worked for Philips in Best, and that's when I was living in Eindhoven. And my problem is I always get homesick when I leave. Then a few years later, I went to live in Paris. I lived there for a while, like 2012, and now then I went to Florida. I went to Florida. You'd think
all over.
Like, okay, well, maybe I'll try Florida because why not? Paris, Florida, And
yeah, if you want to go somewhere open-minded, go to Florida.
Right. But then it was okay there. But then I got married, so and we settled here because the problem with where in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, you don't get to. It's a lovely place weather-wise, but nobody walks anywhere. It's not a walking city. We don't have many walking cities. It's different from Europe in America. So Chicago is one of the only walking cities where you don't need a car and it's still affordable. And we have tons
you
of
can walk from west to east.
Have you been here?
No, I haven't. No, but I get the idea. I haven't been to the U.S. I would love to go there. That's definitely on my agenda.
Yeah,
we have a fantastic drag community too. It's huge here.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah, I cannot wait to go and experience that whole craziness.
A lot of holes too. Are you single? Are you in a relationship? What's your situation?
I'm single. Yes, I'm very focused on my drag at the moment. Mm-hmm. There has been a person come on my way, but we kind of have to still figure out where that's going to go.
Which is rough right now, probably with everything.
Yeah, it's kind of hard at the moment. So yeah, we're just going to see how things are going to go. But there's someone I like.
And
sure. And
career-wise, where do you see yourself focusing on drag for the time being, or do you see yourself expanding into other areas, or where do you see yourself going in the future?
Oh, absolutely. And before I'm a drag artist, I'm a singer performer. So that's where I'm going to focus on. So I'm working on music at the moment. So that's just a matter of time now. And besides that, I want to do crazy conceptual videos. And in the meantime, we need money, and because COVID hit all of us, and kind of expected to be in a different position financially, but at the moment it's just it's very hard work. So I'm promoting my merchandise on my website, exochelseaboy.com, and I'm doing my cameos. I'm sending people personal messages, congratulating them with their birthday, wishing them good health, and that's what I'm focused on at the moment.
Great. I'd love to see what crazy conceptual videos you come up with. That's very exciting to me.
And your music that you're working on, are you gonna produce that under Chelsea Boy, or is there something else you're gonna produce it under?
No, I'm gonna do that as Chelsea Boy. Okay. Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Where'd you get the name? Yeah. What made you call yourself that?
I got the name first of all. I started as a female impersonator, and my name used to be Chelsea Brandy. I don't know exactly where it came from. I based it on what my mother would have called me if I was born as a girl. But then apparently I made a mistake there, because she would have called me Kelsey, so that was kind of a misser for me. But I really love the name Chelsea, and Chelsea Boy, as you may know, is a nickname for someone based for a gay guy from Chelsea, Manhattan.
Yeah,
and it for me it captures pop culture. There's a comic book from the 90s called Chelsea Boys that I at one point stumbled upon and really liked and loved. So I thought it's a cute nickname, being a drag artist, but have a nickname rather than this very hysterical, crazy, long drag name.
It always makes me crazy
and it captures the feminine and the masculine in one name.
I was just noticing that as you were talking. That's really interesting. I didn't notice that till now. But it always bothers me on Drag Race because these queens always have such interesting names, and they never ask people to explain them. I always want to know why. There's so many interesting names. They never ask.
Explanatory, like Sharon Needles. That was pretty obvious.
The puns, yeah.
Yeah, and there's great stories there to find as well.
Sorry.
There are more puns in the US, though. I think in the Netherlands there are less funny names, or is that?
Let me think. Yeah, I think less indeed. Yeah, I think also because the European drag nowadays, it's getting more and more focused around fashion and about being this this more of a regular girl type of drag, if you know what I mean, rather than like a show diva. And I think that's where also the names are based more around these like fashion icons, like let's say Naomi Smalls or these type of names.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they come from, I think.
It varies a lot around here because it seems like in New York, a lot of the drag queens are funny and original content. You know, they perform not using lip sync and just make up their own, songs and acts. So they tend to be more funny. In the Midwest, I think people here are more into lip syncing. But I think it just depends. Plus, it just depends on the person too. When I did a drag show like in 2002, and I wanted my name to be Nina 11 because like 9/11, but they wouldn't let me use it. So I went with Dame Gag Me Witherspoon.
And how did people respond to that? Did you share that with anyone?
How did I not know this?
They were mortified. I mean, the people running the pageant were just mortified. But they let somebody else go with Katrina Debris after Katrina. I'm like, well, how come she can be Katrina Debris and I couldn't be Nina 11? It's just not fair.
Oh my God.
The
I'm
gagger.
tearing up right now.
I like to be too soon, but that's just me. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you're busy now that you're a superstar in the Netherlands. You're also quite a superstar here. Everybody's watching Drag Race Holland in the bars. Well, the bars closed today, but they were.
Yeah.
They were watching everywhere. I mean, they still are, of course, but we just love it. You guys are all just, as a group, so talented. It's fantastic. Yeah. So easy on the eyes. Like, everybody is so just polished and good looking. Especially if you compare it to, I'm not going to do it. Do I have to do it? Should I always say the wrong thing, but if you compare it,
I got asked this question many times, so go ahead.
Like,
do it.
It's not really a question. It's just me venting. But like, if you
So
compare
go
you
ahead,
guys to like the drag queens of UK, there's just like, they look like they never leave the house. They never exercise. They look, they just look lumpy. And I have to stop there. I'm going to get myself in trouble, but I'm just saying that you all looked so amazing and wonderful. What an amazingly beautiful group of queens. You all did a fantastic job, and you specifically as well. And we can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
But also it looked like you were actually friends, with the exception of maybe Abby, oh my God, once in a while lashing out at someone. But most of the time you guys were like one big happy family.
Yeah,
so that was really.
We come from the same scene, so we performed together many times before, and most of us knew each other already. Yeah. And in terms of the difference with other seasons and of the franchise, I think Holland's definitely, as you can tell, also by the decisions made, it's very based on the runway, and I think the runways are the best asset also of Drag Race Holland, and I think if you compare it to let's say the UK, I think they're very comedic, and that's something that we maybe score lower points on. I don't know.
Well, it's maybe harder also because Dutch humor, or maybe Dutch and English humor or British humor aren't that far apart. But speaking Dutch, first of all, that you did Joe Exotic helped in other countries because they could actually understand you. But if you see the feedback on the Snatch Game, most of the people were like, I have no clue if this is funny.
Who are they? That was a very conscious, witty decision of myself.
Yeah, that was great.
Very smart.
Let me speak to the world.
That was really smart. So, yeah. Well, like I already said, I really, really loved all what you did, and I already miss you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next week, right? You'll be on the finale, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Did they already record that, or is that that's already been recorded, right?
It's been recorded, yes.
But you don't. Is it the same in the U.S. where they don't know the winner until you watch it on TV? Is that how it works? Where they record multiple endings?
Maybe.
Oh, you can't say. Oh, well, we don't want you to say. Of course.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
So you may or may not know the winner.
I may or may not know. Yes.
Okay. Well, I do not like spoilers, so please don't tell me. But very excited. I mean, of course we know. We all know who the winner is, obviously, but we don't know now. I mean, as a viewer,
we don't know.
As a viewer, I know who it is because it's kind of obvious. But
Seems like
remember season 9? Remember season 9?
Sasha? That's Sasha Velour?
But it was Shay's season, and then Sasha won. So you don't know.
See, I didn't.
You don't know.
I watched it in. I didn't start watching, I think, till after season 9 had finished. So season 9 was the first season I watched, but I didn't watch it in real time. And I'd never personally. Shay's from Chicago. I love Shay, but I always thought Peppermint should have won that myself.
Oh,
I'm kind of.
Really
I always have a bizarre point of view. I mean, I thought Shay was fantastic, but to me, like, I never understood this whole narrative, like from All Stars, where like it was Shay's and to win, because to me, like, she lost after that first round, and then Sasha did that same bit with the shaking. And Peppermint was amazing and did the robot thing. And I was like, Peppermint should have won that, but what do I know? What do I know?
I get you.
You like yeah. But I imagine you probably like Sasha since you...
I love all of them. Honestly, the three of them. I think Peppermint is such a sweet, lovely person, and a great entertainer. I think Shay is just this powerhouse, and I think Sasha is just conceptually so interesting and elevated at next level. So for me, all three of them, I would have been happy to have seen winning in season 9. And Shay got her win after all, which felt very well deserved. So,
but you made your point. I get your point though about you never know. There can always be. That's true about Drag Race. And I've noticed about the Dutch Drag Race in particular, like they really. I don't know if it's a Dutch thing or not. It's always easy to blame things on culture, but they're really trying to, in some ways it doesn't seem fair, but in other ways they're being more fair than anyone because they're trying to play by the rules. I mean, I was shocked that Envy got 4 wins? Like, there's no way I would have given Envy that win, even if she was technically the best last week, which is debatable. But I would never have given... As a judge, I would have been more political and say, well, we can't give her another win. But I feel like the judges are just saying, no, we feel she was best. She's getting the win. We're going to ignore the political ramifications of this, which I think is kind of honest in a way. But I
True. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Because, it's your, help me even, prestatie.
Pistachio nuts? They're very good.
Prestazione. Your achievement, like your scorecard, like your last show is really what counts, what matters, and I think you are judged every week at your last performance, and I think that's the most fair way to judge, and that's also the way people are eliminated. Like I had a very good scorecard. Fucked up once, got sent home. I think that's the way it should be. You're just as relevant as your last performance, right?
Very true. But still, you should have won more. And well,
thank you.
I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much again. We appreciate your taking the time to come on our show, and wish you all the best. Come back anytime.
Thank you so much, Madge. It was such a pleasure, and I'll be coming to Chicago right after COVID.
Yay! Well, I'll take you to lunch, or I'll make you have my wife make you a nice Peruvian dinner. I have a Peruvian wife, so
I cannot wait.
You know who I have to root for. All right. Thank you so much.
All right then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Das Kat. I always forget to do the Das Kat.
Oh, yes. Das Kat.
See you later. Well, that was lovely fashion slurry, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Like I said, and as you have seen on Instagram, Chelsea was definitely one of my favorites.
Oh, I know.
So I was really, really sad that she had to leave. Because I like conceptual queens really a lot.
I feel like we just didn't get to see enough of her. We just, you know, we only get a small slice of what she is, and that's unfortunate. And not just because
some others are scene stealers. So if you're a little more, because that's kind of what happened to Patty Pam Pam.
Right.
She was too quiet for production.
Right. Yeah.
It's so sad because she's awesome too.
Yeah. All right. So let's start the thing so that I can eventually get on with life. I have to do my day job at some point. So I'm going to start. Let's do the countdown. You see my screen, you said, right?
Yes, I see your screen.
Oh, how wonderful. Ik heb geen snoepjes.
Heb je geen snoepjes?
No, geen.
Je bent niet meer betrapt.
What is betrapt?
Caught.
Yeah. No, I didn't get caught. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I might now, though.
Oops.
In the end, it'll be just one.
Oh, a cryptic roux. It's a repeat.
To have a little fun.
Blind dates.
A rehash. I didn't look on Reddit, but was anybody talking about how Abby, oh my God, looked like Shay?
Wow.
Oh, I haven't been on Reddit. I have been so busy last week, or up till now. I actually didn't do anything on our Instagram either, which kind of sucks. And I have to do a lot for today too.
What were you busy doing?
Well, there are some projects I'm working on that are really interesting, but also very time consuming. But I cannot say anything yet.
Really?
So.
Now I'm intrigued.
Well, I can in private, but I'm not going to do it in the podcast.
Well, I want to hear about it in private then. Very excited. My life isn't that interesting. I have to live vicariously through you.
Oh, it's not that exciting. Well, maybe it is. I'll tell you later.
There's Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea with the duct tape.
You know what Queens should do in the future to learn from this? Like write messages on your duct tape so you can make it look like it's like whore.
Smart.
Like put the word whore on duct tape, you know, in magic markers, so it'll look like you did it on purpose. Or cunt. You can do
or
no.
Excuse me, whores.
Right.
Or something.
I guess it can't be something that you have to bleep out. But you don't want the editors will kill themselves if
well, in Holland you can do anything. You can say fuck, you can say shit, you can say cunt, whatever. So for a Dutch show you can do
that's true. Oh, these girls are back.
Oh my God, that was such a beautiful entrance.
They really seem to put a lot into those entrances here on this show. I gotta turn on my subtitles so that I can understand what the fuck they're saying.
Only 4 left.
Yeah, Quattro. I can't believe Abby's still there. How did that happen?
You fuck with me once, I'ma get you.
I've got my suspicions.
What are your suspicions?
Hello, ladies.
Well, she's lovely to look at, and there have been innuendos made by other queens.
About what?
Well, how she's still on there.
And you went like, but nothing specific. Wait, what the fuck happened?
Nothing.
Sorry, I fucked up.
Oops.
I didn't think I pressed anything. I'll start it again, but sorry. Fuck me. Wait.
Tape.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 1:54 in 1 minute 54 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry about that audio.
Somebody was really happy that you did that.
I saw that. We have a fan. Was that our one fan that
No, that's a second one.
We have 2
Or
fans?
maybe a third. Maybe even a third.
Oh my God.
Because I've been communicating with... No, maybe we even have 4.
4 fans?
Because I have been communicating on YouTube with... I think 2 people. Maybe even 3. On Facebook, I at least have 3 too.
Are you sure you're not including cats?
No cats, no paper cut, no...
Don't give it away, your secret identity. We don't want people to know.
And remember, you're queen.
You're queen.
yeah. Our audience is growing.
Is it?
And now we're on the end of the show almost. So maybe we need to talk about that, but that's for later.
Yeah, that's for later.
Welkom in de halve finale, bitches. Spannend, hè?
See, you can say bitches. You can say that in American
We can say
TV,
bitches,
can't you?
yeah. We can't say
Oh,
cunt.
bitch.
En die wint dus.
Cunt is very naughty, but
And dick, unless somebody's name.
I don't know if you can say dick. Oh, look at that Yerek.
Oh, it's so pretty.
That's they're saying that the dress is worth 18,000 euros. It's not that you get 18,000 euros and the Yerek, right?
No. Oh, it's the dress.
So you have to sell it on eBay. Do you think you can really get that much for it on eBay?
Some people love props. But that's mainly for movies. You can sell anything. But, well.
All right, so what happened to the pit crew? Why is there no pit crew?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Quarantine, maybe?
They get COVID?
Yeah, maybe.
That was weird. And he mentioned it too. That
Yeah.
there's no pit crew.
Everybody did, kind of.
Is iconisch in Drag Race. Het is eigenlijk
Okay, so here we have our little puppets, which really...
Yeah, I always
don't
like
understand
that.
how come Envy's is white, but Abby's is brown. Is that a little racist or what? Or just wrong? I don't know.
Or they ran out of fabric?
Felt, yeah.
Hey, it's COVID. Maybe they couldn't get anything because the shops were closed. I don't know.
I always like this challenge. This mini challenge is one of my favorites because this one and the reading challenge are fun.
Yeah. And Snatch Game.
Oh, no, mini challenge though, I meant.
Oh, mini. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, for maxi challenges, I love Snatch Game, and my least favorite, to be honest, is Rusicles because I think they're horrible. But I talked about that last week.
Not my favorite.
I just don't like those production voice singers they use. It's just so horrible. Oh, so Janie is painting diarrhea. Janie like took a big shit.
Oh my God! Look at those yellow.
What?
The yellow teeth on Mama.
Yeah, Mama Queens is so funny. Oh, Envy Peru. See, I never saw her Envy as a whiner. I guess it's different.
No, it's not a whiner. It's like sexual.
Oh, is that what that? Oh, I see.
Well, that's how I interpret it.
Like sitting on dicks. Yeah, that makes sense. No, you're right. You're right.
They're laughing.
I thought they were saying she's like a whiner. Like,
Oh, no.
All the bitches. Oh my tuck.
they're making fun of her tuck. She must have a big penis then. Is that what that means?
I don't know. Or she doesn't need to tuck anything, maybe?
No, she does. That outfit, those muscle outfits on Abby, they freak me out. I can't. It's too masculine for me, but whatever. What's this? Oh, this poor thing has nothing. She got nothing. But she's still Abby, and she has 1 million fans in Brazil, so
Yeah.
keep on
hot.
keeping on. Right, exactly.
And she's got such a good ass.
They learned from Valentina, you don't fuck with Latino fans.
Oh,
Just leave them on the
yeah.
show, yeah. This one, look at this. She's pregnant.
In verwachting? Maar in verwachting van wat? Van elke week naast de pot.
It always surprises me how funny Envy is.
Envy is just, again, she's blowing everybody else
Ik ben
away.
een conceptual queen. Dus eerst
I was expecting her to be just a fishy queen, but
No.
damn, she's so...
niemand snapt.
And those facial expressions are outrageous.
Yeah.
She's so clever, she's so smart, and she just does everything so well.
And she seems so sweet as well.
Yeah,
Almost annoying.
right.
Gezien, tasje dicht.
Well, I have a feeling that's just an act, but yeah, I agree with you.
Maar ja, we zijn nu zo ver.
No, I
You don't think so? You think it's genuine?
No.
Ik zou zeggen,
I think it's
bepalen jullie
genuine,
maar
yeah.
wie de
It
winnaar
does seem
is.
like it.
Kind of like Bianca Del Rio.
Yeah,
I get that kind of vibe.
Oké.
yeah.
Although Bianca's more bitchy.
Well, Bianca has that veneer of being bitchy, but it's not.
Abby.
Ik vond mama wel goed.
Ik vind het heel lief dat Abby zegt dat ik het beste heb gedaan, wat natuurlijk onzin is.
Who apparently took my place as being Lady Bunny's lesbian lover, but that's another story.
Envy?
What?
Envy?
Lady Bunny is cheating on you?
Yes, big time.
En Envy
She doesn't even answer my calls anymore.
What?
Yeah, she's fucking Bianca.
Dus de winnaar van de mini-challenge is...
Bitch.
Envy Peru!
Are they both in Florida then? Because Bianca's in Florida, I think, right?
Is she? I thought she was in New
En dan
York.
begrijpen jullie natuurlijk ook dat er een maxi-challenge aankomt. En we blijven in theater.
I thought I saw something that she was in Fort
Jullie
Lauderdale,
spelen
but
I hope
alle
so.
vier een hoofdrol in
Hope she gets COVID. Just kidding.
Maxima.
So they even voted for Envy. Yeah.
Musical is
well, she voted for herself, which gave her the
En dat is natuurlijk
Ja.
het
last.
echte verhaal.
They're also honest in a way, you know?
Lieve meiden, jullie scripts ligt klaar.
Except for Abby, she voted
Ik zou
for
zeggen, heel veel plezier.
Mama,
Succes.
Mama because she was
Leuk het
doing
niet.
her.
En lieve
So.
Envy, omdat
In a
jij
way, Abby was
gehoord
voting
hebt,
for herself too.
mag jij bepalen
Ja.
hoe de rolverdeling is.
We zijn zo dichtbij de finale. En het zou echt heel stom zijn als ik niet tactisch zou spelen.
Dus Envy, jij mag de rollen gaan verdelen.
So they're going to do Maxima the musical. Very exciting.
Okay, for
The musical.
people who are not Dutch, the musical is definitely a wink to what happened, but there's stuff in there that it's definitely not true.
Okay,
Oh, shit,
yeah.
I don't know yet.
We don't know yet, but I want to hear this too because some of it made no sense to me.
Okay.
Especially when
Not that I'm a royalty watcher or anything, but I kind of get the gist of what happened when it happened.
well, we'll talk about it. So they're trying to figure out the roles, and so it sounds like Envy would have made herself Maxima the queen, but since that was her look for the first episode,
Oh, yeah.
she doesn't want to do that, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's smart though.
Natuurlijk ook samen iets moois creëren.
Well, her look was awesome when she did Maxima. So I don't know if it will be topped by what production is going to give her.
Right.
Een beetje dom. Hij is een beetje dom.
A beetje dom.
So that's what she actually said, because Willem-Alexander, the king, or
Yeah.
currently the king, at that point the prince,
De koning.
Oh,
Ja.
Daar is gelijk prettig bij, hè?
made some stupid remarks because Maxima is the daughter of,
En dat
A criminal.
I can't come up with name, but Sorgeda, and
dress.
In Argentina.
yeah, in Argentina, and it was under was a minister or whatever, or the right hand of the dictator of Argentina.
Right, I heard he was basically he's kind of shady, right?
Maxima 3.
He was really shady, so there was a lot of commotion when there were signs that there were interests or contact between Maxima and Willem-Alexander.
Yeah.
En daar staan.
And he made some stupid remarks about it in trying to defend Maxima. So kind of her first words where she got to know the Netherlands, or the Netherlands got to know her, was hij was een beetje dom, but with a thick Argentinian accent.
She said she was dumb. She was calling
No,
herself dumb.
he was dumb.
Oh.
Because he
Oh,
was
hi.
stupid. He tried to defend her somehow, and he made it worse. So he said, well, he was a little dumb.
Oh, he's kind of an oaf, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's known as Prins Pils,
Iedereen vindt Frank heel erg
and that
heel erg
translates to Prince Beer.
Het is gewoon een
He
mooie
Oh,
partied
Pilsje.
a lot when he was when he was studying,
Uh-huh.
Pittig.
and they thought he would never be prepared for the throne because he was a party animal.
What does the word Wilhelmus mean, by the way?
ons allemaal.
That's a name.
Nee,
It's
ik weet
a name of
het
what?
niet, hè.
I guess the song Wilhelmus. Yeah, that's our national anthem is called Het Wilhelmus.
De stijl.
Oh, I see.
Even
Okay.
leven.
Because she mentioned it. Oh, this guy is so gorgeous. The curly hair. They all love him, of course.
Yeah, well, if you're kind of quarantined and always looking at the same faces, I can imagine.
Het is niet de eerste keer
Oh, honey, this has nothing to do with the quarantine. He's hot.
van Kraak.
Oh yeah, he's hot. Although I could do without the stash.
Do Maxima and Willem have 3 girls?
Yes.
That's really interesting because that family has had so many female monarchs, right?
Yeah, because technically,
Technically, Willem is a woman too.
yeah, he was a woman. No, Beatrix, which is the mother of Willem, she was the first in a line of generations that produced an heir to the throne that was a male.
Yeah.
And she had 3 sons.
Oh, she had 3 sons. Oh, interesting.
Dan win ik wel.
Die queen.
Yes.
And one, I can't even remember if he died or still, I think he died.
Ja, dat is wel waar.
One of them had a really tragic skiing accident.
Moet op een balkon staan en een beetje zwaaien.
And he was in a coma for a long time. I can't remember. I'm so horrible with this kind of information.
So, how old was Beatrix when she abdicated the throne?
Ook wel bij mij.
I think she was in her 20s.
No, abdicated when she quit. When she left.
Oh, when she quit. Oh, 60 something?
That's young, right? How come the fucking Queen of England it won't abdicate? How come
Because I think that
she hates
I
Charles?
think it has to do, yeah, she doesn't like her son, I think. I think she thinks he's a dumbass. Why she's still on the throne. I think I've heard, but like I said, I'm not really into this kind of thing, but I kind of heard that she would like to have the oldest son of Charles, what's his name?
Charles.
William?
I have William or Harry,
Her grandson,
William,
she wants
Het is een nieuwe dag in de workroom en het wordt
to be the next one on the crown, throne.
Yeah.
En de 3 runways, beginning.
I wonder if it's because of the wife, because Camilla is so ugly.
Yeah. Well, and because it was really controversial as well.
Of course.
Dus wie gaat naar de finale en wie niet?
Yeah.
Is er iemand
I did see the...
plek in de finale?
Nee, ik ga hem gewoon mijn best doen. En ik heb
I did see a documentary about Charles and everything, and that was quite a...
Maar dat zegt niks, hè? Want natuurlijk bij Cersei en bij
He
Chelsea...
might have been non-binary too,
What?
in some kind of way. Well, he didn't want to conform to whatever they were telling him to do. He was more of a theater kid and
Really? I didn't
way
know
more
that.
creative, and he was kind of forced to do military school and that kind of stuff.
I didn't know that. So he's kind of a gay. I thought the other one was gay.
Apparently.
The son. What's his brother's name?
No clue.
Not the one that did the Epstein pedophilia, though.
Oh. God. Yeah.
I guess he... Oh, my God. What a mess, that family.
But we're trailing off.
Sorry, yeah. Anyway, back to the Rusical.
Ik twijfel altijd aan mezelf. Het is nooit goed genoeg. Het is nooit perfect.
I'm not saying Charles was gay, though.
Yeah.
But he was more of a creative soul than he was allowed to be. That was kind of fun.
But what if something happens to William? What if he were to die? Then they'd have to have Harry be the... They wouldn't let Harry do it. He basically gave up his royalty.
But wouldn't it be the oldest son of...
Yeah, you're right. There'd be a child. Yeah, you're right, actually. Okay, Fred looks interesting. I thought you said his looks were supposed to get better. What the fuck is this?
This one, it looks like Fred stole Chelsea's boy look in Miss Holland, where she had that dress on that looked like it was rained on and ripped apart by the wind.
Well, it also looks like every day I go, we have chickens across the street.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks like...
Yeah, one of those chickens, or a couple of those chickens look like that, right?
He looks like, he mangled a couple chickens and took their outfits.
I love how you say chickens, by the way. Well, on your yeast radio shows.
Why? How do I say... truckin'?
Yeah, truckin'.
They're so cute. I'm in love with these chickens. We feed them now. I've been feeding them our leftover vegetables. They're so cute.
No.
Yeah. I don't have any pets.
The judges, shit. Well, they're judges.
We're so good at this. Talk about chickens. Well, okay, so who is the lady, the singer? She's
really good at Celia Rombly. She's really good.
And she's Dutch natively?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know, I think so.
Yeah.
I think she was born and raised in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And who was and Roxanne Hazes.
Roxanne Hall. Well, she was on before. What? She's a singer
Yeah.
too, or what's her story?
I think. Well, her dad was a famous singer. I think she's a singer too.
Or is she a boring
She's
internet
Mede
thing?
daardoor was de jonge dame nogal.
Sorry, she's.
Or is she an internet person?
Wilde altijd.
Like I said, I'm really bad at this stuff. I'm not good at Dutch pop culture.
Yeah. I love the dancers. They're gorgeous. I think Abby's doing a very good job here. What do you think? No?
The lip syncing is.
Is it off? I can't tell.
I don't know. It's. But the dancing is really good.
Yeah. Plus, I think she got the best.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. Act. Like the song is actually catchy, which is unusual for a Rusical. And they used it in the promos.
Mm-hmm.
So this is her. Was she really like this in real life? She was really a party girl.
I'm guessing she was really a party girl because I think they met on either Chesto.
Tiesto,
whatever.
the DJ?
Yeah, Chesto performance.
Oh.
Here, Prince Pils. I think they went clubbing at the same spot.
In Amsterdam or somewhere else.
No, internationally, I think.
So Ibiza or something.
Yeah, probably. That could. Yeah, that's.
Really not fair. You know, they're rich and royalty. They get to go to Ibiza and see Tiesto, and I was probably, I don't know. Well, I did the same thing. I just couldn't afford it, to be honest.
Maybe.
I spent all my money, and then I came back and worked in an office.
Although Ibiza is kind of
dead.
Or Ibiza. Ibiza is close. I met Richard on Mallorca. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You went back there to celebrate. Yeah. I didn't catch. Now
oh God, Janie. Jenny. I always fuck her name up, but she looks the part.
Yeah, she does. But something about her wig bothers me. But other than that, yes. I just feel like it's
but
too,
that's what her hair looked though.
Really?
Next to me.
Okay. I like it, but something about it is too robotic. But that's okay. It's Drag Race. But
well, I think she's doing
yeah.
it really good.
I think she looks so amazing, and she definitely deserves a win. I would say.
I think her acting is good.
Yeah.
Oh, Maxima is also the real Maxima is really into fashion. And I think Claes Iverson did a lot of her dresses. So that's kind of always...
Oh, that's right. They did say that. Well, why isn't she wearing the jurk then? The 18,000 euro jurk. Wouldn't that be funny? And then she got blood on it or wine. That'd be hilarious. I love Fred's gold microphone.
I love his headband.
Yeah, his headband. He keeps wearing those. I love that too. That's fucking great because I wear those too and I always think I look stupid. So now I feel validated,
Yay. We still need to trick him into coming on the show though.
Good luck, especially after what I said about the chicken. The kip. Now, Fred, you look like a chicken. What was that about? You were supposed to improve your looks, not look like a goddamn chicken. Fred? Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, Madge, what are you doing?
Now, Envy, again, she comes on with such an amazing stage presence. To me, I just see a winner again. I hate to say it. Because the way she's acting is amazing. She's really just comedic in her presence, her face. What do you think? You don't buy it?
No, well, somehow it didn't fit this character somehow.
As the fiance.
Yeah.
And then the whole...
That's why I really like Jenny. Janie.
Because she looks very regal. She looks very regal.
Yeah.
It almost should have been the other way around. Because Janie was more queen-like.
Janie, yeah.
Yeah, so it would have made more sense to flip it. But why do they put... There's so much... And this is not the queen's fault because they didn't write this, but why they put Janie there when the other queens didn't have other queens there? Like, Abby didn't. And then who is this person playing Willem that looks completely ridiculous?
He does.
It's just weird. Like it's a skinny guy.
He's too cute.
Yeah, and he's
too
not.
cute.
Yeah, he's too cute. He's not really fat, and he's just not acting at all. And when she dances, he's not dancing.
Oh, and that was a really big thing too, because Sorgieta couldn't come to the wedding, so her dad couldn't come to the wedding because it was all drama.
Oh.
And in the end, he could come or he couldn't. I can't even remember. And there was the tango, and then Maxima. There was one tear rolling down her face.
Oh, so that's okay. And
So if you're Dutch, it kind of makes sense. If you're not, and you don't know anything about anything, it's a big guessing game.
I don't get this. It's not that I don't like the look. It's just something. I'm not buying the presentation of Mama Queen as the queen here. I don't know why. As much as she's still my favorite, but I don't know. She's
I
being
do
too
like
comedic.
her performance here, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too comedic for me. I don't know. I want her to be more regal, I guess, but what do I fucking know? And then the ridiculous Willem, or what do you call him, Pils? Pils?
Prince Pils.
Yeah. And is the fence really, like, the terrace really looks that tacky in real life with those horrible flowers?
No. You've been to the Dam.
Yeah.
Because I think it was on Paleis on the Dam.
Oh, it was.
So, or Palace on the Dam.
Yeah. I never really paid much attention to it. It was always empty. I never saw like a queen or a king there.
No, it's only used for official business like this, I guess.
They live in Harlem normally, right?
Yeah, could be. You're more you're more knowledgeable about
again.
about our royal family than I am.
Yeah. Okay, so what is going on here? This confuses me. Did they move to America?
No, I think it's in you. They are trying to make the scene like Maxima really doesn't think the power that she's having in the Netherlands is enough. She wants to become president of America, which can't happen because.
But that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't get it.
Yeah, but it's a musical. Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
What makes sense is how gorgeous the guy with the curly hair is and his gold panties. And then I actually had to freeze frame this earlier, to be honest. The guy right behind Abby, the one she was making out, she loved in the beginning, was watch him when he takes his flag away. He's gorgeous. Look at that. How can you not? Oh. You know, I'm a lesbian fashion slurry, but that kind of wets my panties. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's going on there in Holland. Is it the cheese? But these men are amazing. Right?
Oh, you lived in Holland. You tell me.
I know. I don't know why I left. It's the cheese. It's the carne melk, I guess. Or the
carne melk.
The pardvlees. Do you eat that?
Oh, no.
God, they used to serve that. They used to serve pardvlees in the cafeteria where I worked.
I don't know if it's still popular, but it was always really popular.
And then they would serve this thing called filet américain, which is basically raw meat. And they always call everything disgusting in Holland, they call American. Like American fried sauce is disgusting. It's like mayonnaise and relish. We don't eat that, but they call it American because it's nasty.
So you know how we think about you.
Yes.
It's really honest.
It's true.
No, it's not. But I never, now that you mention it, but the same thing I do when I go to the US and they have Dutch products. Like, no.
Okay, so here's Mama Queen. I think she looks great.
This look is hot.
Abby looks that stupid. What do you call that fringy?
Tulle.
Okay. Whatever that is, I think looks horrible. I think she looks terrible with her. I see a man in a dress in a big way. I don't. There's no illusion for me there.
Oh, still a hot ass.
And I can see her dick. I don't think she's tucking.
This looks
Janie looks beautiful.
And it's smart, by the way.
Yeah. It's what?
Her merchandise. The towel. Showing her merchandise.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to buy one.
But
do they have it in cum size for a cum towel?
oh, depending on how much. Well, never mind.
Oh, my God. That just reminded me of a weird dream I had. Now, this is a beautiful look. Except I'm not really crazy about seeing her chocha.
Yeah, that was the one thing that kind of turned me off.
Yeah.
They seem to love it, but I
don't like the chocha.
No.
I don't like the chocha.
The rest of the look is hot.
Now this to me,
it's a cocktail dress.
Right.
Why would you show your?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is this a cocktail dress? Because I don't know. I always thought cocktail
dress is above the knee. I think.
Okay, so this is then.
And black tie is below the knee.
But then this is right at the knee. I don't know. To me, it should be shorter, right?
I'm not a fan of this look.
Yeah, I don't either.
Her first look was amazing, but this is a little.
This is cute. The flight attendant thing.
Handbag first, or whatever you call it.
What?
That's what they do, right? The handbag first into a room.
Oh, purse first. Purse first.
Oh, purse first, yeah.
Yes. You know that song from Bob, the drag queen, Purse First?
Oh, yeah.
Celebrity cocktail.
This is amazing.
Yeah. I love Janie's looks, and they're beautiful, but I feel like, to me, I can't tell one from the other. They are so similar.
Or you could call it cohesive.
True.
I like it. I really think she's killing the runway.
Yeah, I do agree. And I have to defer to you since you're the fashion. I'm just the lesbian.
And here's the necklace again, but as a belt.
This is a miss for me.
Yeah,
there's no shape. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's
That was really cute, though.
She's saying, please don't let me win again. Oh, this look I love. I love that.
I don't get the trousers, though.
Oh. I would like to see a bustle.
But the top is like...
Don't you think she needs a bustle in the behind? It looks like it's missing a bustle. Like the big butt sticking out.
Well, I think it was attempted with the bow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it just needs a pillow.
Yeah.
The thing about Abby is she has such a strong, like, what's the word? She believes in herself. What is?
Oh, she's confident.
Yeah, confidence, yes. Yeah, that's what it is. She's pretty.
But she also thought she would win the puppet thing because she thought she was really funny. And I was like, did we watch the same thing?
Janie again, being cohesive.
Yeah, and I really love this with the one higher shoulder, the asymmetrical look in this. Oh,
she's gorgeous. She is a traditional, gorgeous beauty queen. You know,
definitely in this look. Jesus, she looks good.
But that ring is ridiculous. You buy that at the.
And that was cohesive too, because she wore that ring in 3 different colors with every look.
Who did? Oh, she did? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this. Really? It was 3 different rings? Or the same ring?
No, it was different colors, I'm sure. At least twice I saw it. So I'm guessing the third one too.
This is so uncomfortable. Why do they have to ask that fucking question?
And why twice?
Right. The competitive... I don't know.
Here we go. Exactly. Here we go.
They're just starting shit, right?
Mama Queen heeft de win gehad. Janie GK heeft een win gehad.
Although I kind of agree with her.
Of course.
If it's your sister.
Well, she did it. This is the second time, so.
Yeah, this is the second time. She didn't learn from the first time. Although I do agree with her. I agree with her.
Yeah, I do. Of course. I think everybody agrees. You have to agree. How can you not?
Wie gaat er vanavond uit?
En ik denk, weet je, deze meiden zijn allemaal wel eerlijk genoeg om ook op track record te gaan beoordelen.
Ik wil met degene in de finale staan waar ik het meest mee geconnect ben. Abby en...
Although I think she is honest and really thinking with her heart, I would have respected her answer more if she said... Envy is my biggest competition. I want that bitch out.
Right. Yeah. What did she say?
Ik zeg Envy haar naam en ik zie dat zij het
what I said before this?
Yeah.
I think she actually, because I think Mama Queen is really a loving, thinking with her heart person.
Yeah.
So I think what she said is actually what she means and how she means it, but
She meant it literally like, who do you want to spend another week with? It sounded like.
yeah.
Who do you want to, who, you know, like, it's fucked up.
So I think it was her truth that she spoke,
Miss Abby, oh my
but
God.
yeah.
Hallo baby. Wie denk jij
Yeah,
dat naar huis moet
but-
vanavond?
Ik zou wel willen
I don't
dat
know.
we met z'n vieren in de
Yeah, I think
kunnen staan.
she could have done it better. Yeah.
Geef gewoon een naam. Wij vinden het ook niet leuk.
But then why is Abby not giving a name? And why do they get why don't they force it out of her? It was so weird.
I
Like,
think it's weird. I think it's
Een lip-sync bed voor
weak that they let that slide.
right. I thought I had to rewind it because I thought I missed it. Her saying somebody.
Lieve Janie, hoe gaat het met je?
Goed.
Oh, look at her.
Dat het vanavond uitgaat.
Abby, omdat zij al 3 keer in de lipsync heeft gestaan.
Yeah, see, she's always
So
caught.
stunning.
See, she's a straight shooter. You know, she's just going to say what she
Oh,
thinks.
true. Yeah.
En dan vind ik dat je daarvoor naar huis moet.
Yeah, if she wouldn't. Yeah,
Hoog tijd.
she wouldn't make something up to come.
Te beginnen met
Yeah.
Envy Peru.
Ik hou gewoon van alle kleine...
What's going on with that hair on Nikki Hassa? Or what is Nikki
Well,
Plessa?
it's Nikki Plessa.
Nikki
Well, it's
Plessa.
really stormy. Maybe that's
Stormy Daniels?
no stormy as in there's a lot of wind currently blowing through the Netherlands. I hope you don't hear it on the show, by the way, because I've been hearing it really loud,
No, I don't
banging
know.
into the wall.
Tijdens de
I don't hear
Roosevelt
it.
was je Royal.
Oh, I do love Envy's latex boots, though.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they are. I love latex. It's very uncomfortable, but I love it.
I don't think. Well, I tried it on once, something, but I never wore it because.
Pinocchio.
So,
Dat deed een huis
what
ook
the
mee.
fuck is it?
Dat wil je niet, toch?
Why is he saying she looked like Pinocchio? Did I miss
Because of
something?
the color of the. What do you call it?
Pantyhose?
Yeah, pantyhose, yeah.
But don't you think that was a bit much? I mean, did you see that?
I
did-
thought it was nitpicking.
But to call her Pinocchio just sounded a bit mean to me.
Yeah, because the legs look like wooden legs. That's why they call it Pinocchio. But I think it's nitpicking.
I thought it was because of her big nose.
Janietje K.
Deze look die je
No.
vanavond aan...
Are you sure?
is misschien wel mijn
I
favoriete
don't think so. No, it was. He said it looked like she had wooden legs.
Die tango.
Yeah, but Pinocchio is famous for his nose, not his stupid legs.
Dat is
I think he was being a little cheeky. This did the same thing with
Maybe.
Madame Madness when he said he looked like, or one of them said they looked like SpongeBob. They did a little bit of.
Oh, maybe I'm too naive.
Maybe I'm too not. Maybe I'm too jaded. I don't know.
Cocktailjuk ook een beetje. Zit wel.
But I love that they're bitchy. I mean, I like that they can insult them.
Je bent een natuurlijke schoonheid.
Oh,
Dat zijn
ja.
jullie eigenlijk alle vier. Ik vind jullie alle vier ongelooflijk knappe half vier.
And what's with the Fred's wig though? The two little strings of hair. So like 80s or 90s? What is it?
En dan zien we jullie straks.
It's chicken. It's chicken. Look.
Chicken.
Chicken. He should have put two red like fake pussy lips on his face to look like a chicken. You know those gobble things.
Ja, ik heb gewoon letterlijk uitgesproken.
Oh, can you do that on Overwhored? Can you put the chicken next to him? Who wore it better? No, don't. Oh, that'd be horrible. It'll probably get his attention though, but probably not in a good way.
No. Let's still try to get him on the show. By the way, there was the first time. Oh, or didn't it happen yet? Yeah, it did happen.
What?
That Fred was referred to as Frederic.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Who did that?
Roxanne said Frederic.
Frederic is a woman's name?
Yeah, Frederike.
Oh.
That's how you spell it, kind of. But Frederic, yeah, that's a girl's name over here.
Sorry, maar daar breek ik even in. Dat vind ik niet eerlijk.
See, Frederick
So
is a
it's-
man's name here.
Uiteindelijk is het wel gewoon een kamp.
Yeah, but it's spelled differently.
No, I get it, yeah.
Zo wil ik niet hier zijn. Als iedereen mij zo het
I gotta get rid of this breath noise.
Man the fuck up, grow the fuck up en geef gewoon antwoord. Klaar. De
Yeah.
I agree.
Answer the question.
It's just the competition. Als we het allemaal op
She never refrained from being shady. Why doesn't she open her mouth now? That's what I thought.
Right.
Envy Peru.
Right.
De Rusical, wat vond je daarvan?
Ja, dat vond ik bij haar toch het minst
The Rusical sucks. What is...
cocktail. Dat je dat glitterpoesje zag met dat hele gefreakte rode haar.
all I see is her vagina in that outfit.
Yeah.
It's just all goes straight to the pussy.
Dat dacht ik al.
Yeah, glamour puss.
Yeah. Pussy puss.
My god. Rox, je bent fan, hè?
Ja, ik hou van
Yeah, I can't get it with Abby at all on that. I just see her. Am I just looking at crotches? Is that my problem? Because I just see Abby's dick.
Oh, maybe.
Echt een entertainer.
You don't see the dick?
Wat ik miste was de lip-sync. Dat was
Oh, I
I
didn't
see a dick
notice.
pouch. I see a dick pouch.
We gaan door met Mama.
I'm gonna try and look. Well, we're not gonna see it again.
Queen in de musical eigenlijk heel erg sterk. Ik vond haar heel erg tekstvast. Maar als ik dan
Ja.
naar de runway kijk van vanavond, dan vind ik...
I thought
The
Mama
first
Queen
and
was
the
good.
last look are so good on Mama.
Met verschrikkelijke
I thought she did amazing. I don't know. I'm just I'm very biased towards Mama Queen. I didn't like her in the Rusical very much, but I thought her runway was fantastic. But what do I know?
I liked her in the Rusical. And the runway, except for the second look, was good. Her first look was amazing.
Pinocchio?
Yeah, her Pinocchio look.
You didn't like it?
No, I loved it. She looked amazing.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, what the
and the last
fuck? I don't know. I thought that Pinocchio comment was way.
Ik had gedacht,
I never interpreted it that way.
A
But
big nose? Yeah.
Mama Queen.
Well, you don't have a big nose. Maybe
I
that's
have
why.
a huge nose.
You do?
I always say my mom has a pointy nose, my dad has a big nose, and I've got a big pointy nose. Yeah, I do have a big nose.
But you don't have a Jewish nose like me.
Ik heb een besluit genomen.
No, I don't have a Jewish nose.
Yeah, that piece of hair is weird. It looks like it's glued on, right?
Welkom terug.
Yeah,
I didn't notice.
it annoys me.
Dank voor je looppresentatie op de runway.
Tell her if she comes on.
En de Rusical.
I will.
De halve finale.
Halve finale.
4 queens. En jullie hebben het ons...
Oh, I love the neck piece of Mama so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful. With the heart. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And I guess she made it probably herself. Like she makes everything.
Look at how Janie's like chest area is so well powdered and made up. You know, like she really pays attention to that level of detail. I like that.
Janie JK.
You're the winner van deze week.
Van harte gefeliciteerd.
Dankjewel.
She deserves it. Is this her first win? No, her second.
€1000.
Right?
Yeah, second.
What was her other
Yeah.
win? I don't remember. The first one. She won the first.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Did she?
Gewonnen omdat je
Yeah, the Queen Bee, right?
Yes, that was
Je
her.
was sterk, je was lipsync,
But
je was krachtig.
her jewelry bothers me, but that's okay.
Alles.
It is really cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap looking
It
jewelry.
looks like the Korean wig store jewelry that you know, with the like piece of cardboard under it.
Vriendin,
Thanks. Dank jullie wel. Echt.
gefeliciteerd.
Oh, but that dress though, god damn, it looks so good.
Yeah.
It's like a well-executed version of Abby's stropdas dress, tie dress,
Yeah. I don't
Twee
remember
zullen
that.
moeten strijden in de lipsync battle.
where the two-faced or the man versus woman.
Oh, yeah.
En wie niet?
And we
Ik
need.
weet al wel van mezelf dat ik in die bottom sta. Door de commentaar van de andere kutwijven.
Good wife.
Good wijven.
He loves to say nasty things. I like that about him.
Oh yeah, he must be shady.
He's the one that said stinkhoer, right?
No, that was Janie, right?
Janie
He
said
said, "You can
stinkhoer?
tell me that I'm a stinkhoer."
And then he said, you're a stinkhoer, right?
Yeah, I think so, right? I don't remember.
I wish that somebody would say soepkut.
Je hebt het meer.
Soepkut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soepkut.
Dankjewel. En je mag bij je vriendin gaan staan.
Who do you think most deserves that?
Dankjewel, lieve schat.
Ik ben zo opgelucht
What?
dat ik...
Who do you think
To
is
say
the
soepkut?
to have it said to them?
To have it said to them.
Soepkut.
Janie, weet
Ja.
je,
Soepkut.
You got this girl, je hebt het zo verdiend. En ik zat echt alleen maar... Ik dacht dat ik moest
On Drag Race?
Yeah.
En dat betekent automatisch
Maybe Fred, because I think Fred could take it.
I was going to say Nikki Plesse, the soup coot.
I don't know if she can take it. Because Fred is going to make a smart remark back. And I hope he sees the humor in it.
Yeah, soup coot. He probably would.
Well, we'll see.
Right.
If we get him on the show, we can.
But there's only one episode left. And there's 3 queens we haven't talked to. Well, 4 if you include Madam Madness. No, 4. The 4 left, plus Madam Madness, plus Fred. We've got to interview 6 people next week. Oh.
Yeah, or the week after. That was what I was thinking. But weren't you going to go there?
Yeah, I don't know. Yes. That creates a technical issue. But it's possible, maybe. I don't know.
But let's talk about that after this.
Yeah.
And I have to make you some visuals for this show. Because normally I'm already done with all that. But
I don't understand. Yeah. Abby looks so messed up. To me, she looks...
Why does she always undress? Does she want to win on her body?
But that outfit does not look like it was meant to be worn.
It looks like a diaper.
Yeah, it's underwear. And then you see her microphone, and she's pulling it up, and she's got a gorgeous male body.
If you're planning on doing a reveal, kind of, at least wear something actually sexy or beautiful. This is just...
I mean...
we know you can do a splits.
In this day and age, we know that you have to be careful about gender roles, but with that, I think she needs to soften her look. She looks too masculine. I don't know.
I don't really mind that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I don't get any illusion from her. That's the problem. Poor Mama Queen, she fucked up.
So, I know what happened.
What?
I'm pretty sure what happened. She's wearing luck. I don't know what it's called in America, but the fabric on her shoe is really sticky. If you
those little.
So she got stuck. Because I had those kind of shoes, not those, but with luck, and if you get your feet together a little too much, they stick together and you break your neck. And that's what happened when she did the split. So that was unfortunate.
I see. Because it looked like maybe she was trying to put the shoe sideways so she could slide.
I think it fell sideways when she got stuck on the heel in the first place, and then it went sideways and got stuck even more, I think. I think that.
So both girls stay. Now, you can tell me what you think. What I think happened is Mama Queen lost that lip sync, obviously, because the way she fucked up at the end. But they couldn't, they didn't want to send Mama Queen home, so they kept them both. Or what do you think?
I kind of think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think they planned on Abby not winning this time.
There's our 4th lip sync in a row, right?
Ja. And we say 3 maal scheepsrecht. So third time's a charm is the literal translation. Or not the literal, but the translation in English.
Mm-hmm.
But so she should have been gone.
So what's the 4th time?
We don't have a 4th time because the 3rd time is that's when you're done.
That's a problem then.
You have to be on top of your game all the time. And
I'm just glad that Envy was safe.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. That she didn't win. That's what you're.
I think she had to make a real effort not to win.
Yeah, I was afraid that Mama Queen would lose her wig like Chelsea Boy. So I was like, stay on.
So who is your hashtag? Whose team are you on? Do you have a team?
Ik vind het helemaal fantastisch eigenlijk.
I've been on Mama Queen's team for a while.
Yeah.
Still am, but Janie really kicked it up a notch this episode, I think.
Yeah.
So Janie, yeah. And Envy Peru. Somebody called it Envy's Drag Race.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it. I think it was Bissy. But yeah, it looks like Envy's Drag Race. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, my heart goes to Mama Queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you?
Well, first of all, what is this podcast? Since when do they have a podcast?
No, that's what Rue does in the end as well.
I know, but that Rue has the actual podcast, though. Is there really a podcast from Fred and Nikki that we didn't know about?
Maybe. I really don't know.
Maybe that's why he doesn't come on ours.
Oh yeah.
Who do I? Well, it's. I also love Mama Queen, but Peru is
the problem with Mama Queen is that she hits or misses.
Yeah.
I think, and the more consistent is definitely Envy and Janie.
Yeah. Well, I have to pick Envy. I'm afraid it's not a fun
you're
choice.
Biased.
Right.
And I'm biased to Mama Queen because I'm from Rotterdam. So,
right.
Are we going to stick with our biases? Although, Janie was really good this week too.
I mean,
she's been consistent.
I like to pick I always pick an underdog, but not this time. So.
No, but you'll get in trouble. Right. I understand.
Big trouble.
As long as we don't mention the dropjes. Right?
Yes. No, we shan't. Geen dropjes.
Geen dropjes.
Huh?
So.
We should end. I've got to work.
Yeah, and I've got to make you some images, and I kind of need to go out. Oh, damn, it's wrong.
Yeah.
I have a meeting,
Ooh,
and I have to drive for 2 hours for that. So.
Okay, I'm going to play I'm going to play the ending theme song. We'll see you next week for the big finale. But hang on after this for a second because I want to talk to you.
Yes, sure.
Okay, it's been great.
Dag, schat.
Dag, schat.